is good, but do we just see, oh, hang on, Woolite has changed positions with Tabasco, or I don't know, maybe they just didn't get in order. Oh, that is going to be so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be a tricky one. Also,
Why?
If this is a Scion, if this can be flexed into 3 roles, that's going to be even more annoying than that. So I just have no idea.
So I don't know if we've seen a massive flex, like the biggest in league history, because that means Tabasco's AD carry, Ice Beasto support, Delo on top, and Woolite jungle. 4 positions change, but I don't think it's the case. I think they just haven't got in order. We'll stick with the draft, however, and that is Morgana locked in.
Yeah, I mean, Morgana is just going to be one of the better picks for Rift Esports right now, because you could just completely block out the Braum passive with the Morgana. She has a very good lane into it, and there is not enough engage potential, because the one downside of having a caster support is the fact that you can just get a gauge on 100-0, but Braum can't do that, so it's all fine.
And as that comes back in again, but something we did miss is that Scion being an S tier, either, I mean, it's a flex between mid,
looks like mid right now.
Yeah, that's a mid Scion.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, right? You take down the Comet and you just poke people out with your Roar the Slayer, pushing minions towards people. I think that this is going to be one of the hardest lanes.
I'm not sure I like that much, though, because you know exactly where that Scion's going, where the Gangplank's going, and it's a Braum, so it can't be a Scion support.
Yeah, hard to agree with that one. I mean, you usually pick the Scion just so you mind game the opponents, but you pick it in exactly the same phase. You pick your support and your top. Wow, I mean, like, you're really pegging yourself into a situation here, and people already know that it's going to be mid, so they can counter it in kind. I mean, Ryze is already banned away, but anything else that can just machine gun him down once his E is down is really strong.
Well, they have banned away the Ezreal from Woolite from last game, and Kled taken away from Freezy. And that Kled, that's another individual ban that's well-deserved on Rift Esports.
Yep, it's the exact same situation, right? Freezy plays a whole lot of it. They just want to take it away because he dominates top lane with it back in his home league. And with that Kled now unavailable for himself, does he want to go for something like a potato tank? Because they need something to dive in along with the Zac. If they don't, they're very lacking in engagement potential.
Now in the second ban phase with Tristana taken away, and they've put a lot of priority onto Woolite or Tabasco, whoever's doing the role. But that Skarner still being hovered. Remember that you have the Olaf available, and it worked once. Why not do it again?
Because you want to be able to mind game them, and instead they want to counterpick the jungle position. That is bold.
I mean, they leave that to end. That makes sense. When you have a Cogmore, you are going to play a very passive lane until you get those 2 items. And
I mean, that's like going to in and out and just saying go bold, because you just have no idea what this Cogmore is going to be doing. Obviously, it's going to go ADC. I'm not contesting that. What I'm contesting is what is the biggest impact of this Cogmore, and how are they going to get it? Because they've got 2 very late game scaling champions in the Cog and also the Gangplank. And how are they going to make it?
Well, Orianna's been taken away, and that's a stable mid laner that we haven't seen just yet. And especially when we've seen these Azirs and these Syndras today, you say that kind of feels like the way these teams are going. But moving back into the Orianna, this is a big team fight composition, and the way you'd finish it off would most likely be a top lane tank.
Yep, they go for a Cho'Gath, which is not my biggest preference because he doesn't have a dash forward into the middle of the enemy team. So once again, it's going to be a little lacking in terms of engage, but it's fine if you can find the rupture to knock people up, because moving into them is more or less the same as stopping them from moving away from you in certain situations.
For Illuminar Gaming, one last pick remains, and it will be the Skarner. So I think they just weren't in order. And they've decided to go, well, they've gone back to front preacher. Yeah. So it's like a Japanese manga. You read right to left.
You also read from bottom to top?
I think you do. No, you don't. You actually don't. But look, that's the case here. And for some reason, Illuminar Gaming, they've decided to go backwards, and it's just going to be one hell of an annoyance. I mean, 150,000 euro for first place, and we got to get them in order. That's the one thing. Let's use some of the money.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Sevek's in the correct position.
Yeah, that's out of everyone else. Going for the old reverso. But into game 2 we go, because Illuminar Gaming, they're one step away here, have had great individual lanes and the presence of mind to react to these proactive plays from Rift Esports.
I mean, could this be an omen of what's to come? Could this be a reverse sweep on its way for the side of Rift Esports? Because if you take a look at Illuminar Gaming, sure, they've got very strong picks, of course, in the Kog'Maw and also gameplay. But Kog'Maw has been heavily nerfed, especially on 8.3, where his W got moved from 10% HP on hit magic damage to 7%. That is massive. I mean, do I need to tell you the flat number itself? It just means that he doesn't reach his power spikes as fast, and you need to compensate it by building more and more items before you can reach it. 2 items? No, you need to reach 3 items for a Cog. And the question is, how are you going to do it? And also with the Gangplank doing the same.
Well, the crowd has finally come out, and they'll be here to see if Illuminar Gaming can take Game 2 as we head on to Summoner's Rift for the semi-finals of the V4 Future Sports Festival. Live with Hungary taking on Poland once again.
What a hype matchup. You can already hear the crowd. People are coming out and they're starting to cheer for their favorite teams, Hysterics. It's going to be super tight.
Preacher, the one thing that's going to annoy me is still this out of position lineup that decided to go backwards. And Sion Mint going into Orianna. Now, this is one we have seen before, and we know that this can be quite punishing for the Orianna if she doesn't kite it out.
I mean, before level 6, this is actually more or less just going to be a skill matchup, believe it or not, because it's just Sion, when he has his E, using his E, and when he doesn't have his E, not doing anything. So if he manages to do that, he won't actually cop a whole lot of poke, because Orianna can't outrange him to the point where she can bully him at breast.
Well, Illuminar Gaming, this is the beauty of taking Skarner is a bit of 15 gold to start things off, and I think Tabasco taking the Predator junglers, this really works with his playstyle because he's an aggressive jungler early. He wants to move quick. That's what you do with Predator junglers.
Yeah, and the better thing about this going into this iteration of Rift Esports as opposed to the first game is the fact that there is no Jarvan. So that's not going to impede the Skarner moving forward. That's not going to impede the Kog'Maw moving backwards or stop the Sion going in. It means that no creatable terrain for the side of Rift is going to punish them.
Oh, Light and Delord moving into lane, and this is going to be quite passive down in the bottom lane, considering how Brenna and Dupe should have this lane up in a nutshell by the time we get to level 3. But I mean, you look at level 1 and Light should be able to poke this one out. So I think especially for Illuminar Gaming, the priority's always been bottom lane, but this time I don't feel like we will really see the laning phase be a priority.
But it wasn't really for the bottom lane in the first game, Hysterics, because there was no focus on it. It was just fend for yourself. I'm going to leave you to the wolves all the way until you can potentially come in for a fight after you've spiked on your Trinity Force and Mana Mute and get the quadra kill for yourself. It's very organic. They trust Woolite to do things by himself. They almost drafted him into the team because they didn't want to put any focus down to the bottom lane, and he wanted him to be self-sufficient.
I think when you have a jungler like Skarner who's going to do the full clear and then maybe look and see who's out of position, this playstyle will work perfectly for the jungler of Illuminar Gaming, and it's that quick clear that starts him off to a very, very good...
I mean, it's not going to be a full clear, because fun fact, Krugs are the only camp for Skarner where he can't actually be inside his spies to get his bonus attack.
And that's painful for a Skarner who doesn't have great scaling attack speed because of the spires. That's something interesting for you folks at home. Another time where Freezy he's decided to pick this up again, actually finding Ysec in the jungle. Tabasco getting at the movement speed, has a level advantage, and able to bully him out.
Yeah, this is actually really funny because Ysec, although his team can collapse faster onto the Skarner, in a 1v1, he still loses that, so he respects it. He doesn't want to even get close to the idea of losing his passive this early on without diving on it.
Freezy pushed back in his lane, and the top laner who we wanted to talk up, we didn't get to because Freezy was so far behind on this Cho'Gath. Icebeast dominated on the Vladimir. It was all about him.
I mean, I'm just glad that the Vladimir is out of this game, to be honest, Hysterics. He just ran absolutely rampant.
It needed to be a ban. The Vladimir is such a powerful pick at the moment.
And especially into the Cho'Gath, because if you manage and win as Vladimir, win the split push as well, it's so oppressive. So taking it off, allowing Freezy to perform very well as Cho'Gath after Kled's been banned away as well, gives him a whole lot more room for mobility. And into a gangplank at the very least, I think that's looking very happy.
See that Woolite, he's not winning trades anytime soon, but still happy to take them. And the beauty of a Kog'Maw that has taken Doran's shield for a position in that grand final.
I mean, you're looking to scale. You're not looking to win
Well,
the lane
that's
as a cog.
that's what I was going to say, that the comfortability of taking Cogmore in match point for Illuminar Gaming. You're hoping that all these stars align, because this time around, I mean, Rift Esports, you'd argue that maybe Illuminar Gaming have the scaling game. Of course, when you have the Cogmore and the Gangplank, that worked out for them for game one, and Rift Esports may have put themselves in a corner again.
But Hysterics, where's the bridge? How are you gonna get to the late game? It's great that you have a late game team, but if the enemy just run rampant right over you, how are you gonna handle it? Look at that ward.
There we go. Proactive play immediately. Ice Beast, so he's going to be caught out, dodges away from the barrel screen, but this is first blood, and it goes over to Kövess.
I cannot believe that Freezy just got the freedom to walk all the way up to the turret, place a ward as far as he physically could, and allow Kubu to teleport into that situation. 2v1 at the top side. Gangplank had nowhere to run.
Well, Illuminar Gaming losing first blood. Rift Esports much more proactive from them, and I mean, Tabasco can only sit by and watch. He steals away the Raptors. That's some kind of compensation, and trying to force out the mid lane. Again, this is actually pretty good, because Kubu, although he gets the kill, he falls behind by about 10 CS here.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like Illuminar Gaming outdrafted themselves. You know, they mind gamed themselves because they got the Scion in the mid lane. It was guaranteed from the first rotation that it was going to be in the mid lane. And from that point onwards, you have to take a look at it. He's got level 6, so you can start engage on the top and bottom side of the map. But where's he going to start it? He's going to ask top side, hey, Gangplank, do you want a gank? No, I just want to scale. I don't think I can fight him. Oh, okay. Hey, bot lane, do you want a gank? No, I'm a Cogmore. I don't really want to fight this situation either. He's got an ultimate that he can't use.
That's right. And it's these weird positionings that maybe Illuminar Gaming in the first game, that's what made them make crazy decisions, I guess, is the fact that they weren't really sure of their positioning and what to do, and then it kind of just all switched on. For Illuminar Gaming, they're putting priority again in this deep vision, and you can see there's so many more control. There is so much more river control from Illuminar Gaming, and now with Ascana, this is only going to grow.
And it's funny because despite the fact that First Blood went over to Rift Esports, the gold is actually still swinging towards Illuminar Gaming. They've been farming much more efficiently. You can especially see that in mid lane, where Scion has just outclassed Kubu by an entire wave on the Orianna. And also, the jungle is just so far ahead. I mean, Tabasco, he's been hard farming because he just wants his ult.
Yep. Sitting on the edge of the spires as well. And as soon as he gets the ultimate, maybe he can match Wisect. Wisect actually going for the Krugs and may try and impact bottom lane with a lane gank, but Tabasco,
got ulti.
He hasn't been spotted out, and Freezy, is he going to get bullied again?
I think so. I mean, Freezy is on max HP though, and he does have the chomp.
Cannon Barrage, and the chomp is there. Ice Beast, so running away in the nick of time. Tabasco has the damage, he has the Impaler, and Ice Beast, though, playing this well, but he gets very close to Freezy. They do give it over to Ice Beast, though, and that's a good redemption.
Excellent kiting around as well. Ice Beasto was in range in terms of his health. He gets taken down by the feet, but he kites it away. Also uses W, so get out of the situation. Now Rift Esports, they respond kind on the bottom side.
Yeah, Cloud Drake gonna go over, and that is for Rift Esports to try and be proactive with that kill being a response. And now actually the ultimate's used on Kubu.
Oh no.
He's gonna be in so much trouble. The flash is there. Seb goes in, knocks him before the shockwave.
And they didn't even connect Hysteric. Look at the cooldown, still up for Kubu. He's sort of in shock, just wondering, how did the Scion beat me? You should have expected it. He was up in CS, and now he's up in the lane.
And when you have no items and you go back and you buy your Aegis's first back, that is going to be a banner command rush.
That is literally first item banner command Scion.
Kubu can't deal with that this early.
No, yeah, I mean, the Orianna, even her auto attacks do a whole lot of magic damage, negated by Baron Bomb. So every single time he drops it down into the mid lane, Kubu's just going to be spending, I'm going to say, between 10 to 15 auto attacks trying to take it down in conjunction with his turret, while that gives Sebek so much free room to either roam into the top or mid side of the map, which has farmed up a little bit more than the last time that we checked in, so it looks a little bit more optimistic.
Thanks to the beauty of Scion scaling and his natural damage, he's always going to be doing more damage.
Oh, he's already going back just for the banner. It only costs 200 for each item.
It does. He's like, oh, I got the minions. He's going to go back. Banner command first item. Nice and early, and with a 10 CS lead, Scion, he has teleport available soon, and that unstoppable Steam Train. I wish he went
Unstoppable
yeah,
onslaught.
No, I want to say Steam Train because he didn't go Mecha Scion.
It is the favorite. It is the best skin.
It is the best skin. There is no other skin. There's the Lumberjack Scion.
That one's pretty funny, but you can only take that one into a Maokai because you chop it down.
Yeah, that's right. Maokai, and then when you go into Malphite, I always used to take, what was the other one? It's the other one apart from this.
No, I'm trying to think about which one you. Is there like a Stonecarver? I'm not too sure.
No, I wish there was. Stonecutter. And Seb with that banner of command. Wait for him to use it on this cannon minion as Tabasco's here. It's now been used, and there's going to be 0 damage. It's going to be taken unless it's under turret. So it's going to push in, and there's going to be some early damage.
This is going to be hilarious. I mean, I'm just waiting to see the illustrious 1v1 between Kubu and the cannon.
Well, it's going to go down because of the turret, but look how much damage it's done this early on. It's taken it to half health.
That's literally been a quarter of its health just from the cannon alone. I cannot believe it.
And now that unstoppable onslaught is back and available. Level 9 on 7. That Roar of the Slayer, I'm assuming, will be maxed.
Ice Beast, though.
Coming in often. They're going to look for first turret blood. This is a great fourth. And meanwhile, Delord actually may have found their run onto Dupe and not engaged. But meanwhile, mid, this is going to be the first turret blood going over to Illuminar Gaming.
Before 11 minutes as well, 10 minutes into the game, taking this camp means that the jungle is just completely open for Illuminar Gaming. That's what you want as Vasco, but in bottom lane.
Well, the Chains of Corruption, but look at the turnaround. The leap's going to be in here from Wisek, but Light's able to push this in. The Roar of the Slayer is going to come through. That's the unstoppable onslaught. One goes down. That's Dupe suppressed into the knockup. The Shockwave does nothing except seal the Doom for Freena with a double kill going over to Tabasco.
And now they can start channeling down the bottom lane with only Kubu here. We already saw what Kubu can do in terms of clearing waves. Now he needs to put it on like no shockwave.
They're going to go into Kubu first, but Wisek jumps back in. Kubu is already dead. Why is Wisek in here? The passive to be used. Seb to tank the turrets, and this is really good juggling of aggro. Goodbye. A double kill. Seb will almost go down, but Illuminar Gaming are showing their prowess.
And that was amazing, although you've got to ask the question, why does Wisek jump in after Kubu has already killed of his mate, doesn't have his ultimate, cannot even hope to turn the situation. Now, Freeze's trying to do something, but it's not a lot.
This is a dominant start for Illuminar Gaming. Proactivity came from Rift Esports once again in the top lane, but the response, Ice Beasto has won his lane again, and bottom lane held out to this.
So, the bind goes in, and that actually brings the trigger for Illuminar, because the Chains of Corruption means the Scion's going to start roaring down for the counter engage. Wisek has already sealed his fate because of the fact that Sebek has come into the bottom lane, and just watch this. The combination of the Skarner ultimate and also the Scion Q cannot go anywhere as Varus.
They're going to have to speed this one up, but they leave it at the door instead.
See, I predicted this one, Hysterics. I knew they would, but in bottom lane again.
They're tackling the hardest lane on Summoner's Rift, and Dupe is going to go down, has to flash away, and they're just going to leave it. Brenna's going to be the next target in. He accepts his death to a parlay. Locked down, but not forgotten. Ice Beast, so he's going to get a double kill. The third double for Illuminar Gaming.
And now they get even more pressure. Are they going to break the bottom inner turret, Hysterics? If they do, this could be such a huge lead. And once again, you've got to take a look at where the gold's going. There's 3 kills onto a gangplank, and there are 3 kills onto a Scion as well.
Early in the game, Illuminar Gaming are ahead by 7,000 gold at 13 minutes in the game.
It's the cannon.
And if you ever said that there would be this dominant in game 2, I'm not sure I would have believed you. This is a composition that still scales, but they're snowballing ahead. That is a pain in the ass, that banner of command minion.
Well, none of the solo laners can deal with it. Oriana can't, Cho'Gath can't, and even to a degree, Varus cannot because he's double his magic damage as well.
Right. Illuminar Gaming, they start the Rift Torrent, but they back off it immediately so, and they don't want to get caught out. For a team that has so much scaling, they're so far ahead that they can hold this, and if they can hold it out to a period of 30, 40 minutes, it still look good for them.
And I really like the fact that they pulled off with that Rift Torrent. They're respecting their power curve completely.
He's caught out once again, and Moonlight, he doesn't need any mana for this. He'll auto-attack it to the death. Another kill over to Illuminar Gaming, and a turret. This is a stomp creature.
This is ridiculous. You know what happens when when a team gets bottom in a turret?
No.
I say,
oh my god! Cannon barrage, Freena in a pickle. It's a 2 versus 3, and now it's a 2 versus 2. Duke does not have the damage. The Let's Bounce brings Ice Beasto out, but he's just being popped. This gameplay is at 14 minutes in the game, and he's crushing Rift Esports. An ace at 14 minutes, an inhibitor turret at 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Illuminar Gaming, you better watch out because they look like they're moving to the grand final.
And they are just ripping through Rift Esports, upsetting pretty much everybody in the Hungarian crowd. Usually when you break down a bottom inhibitor turret, I say just go for the Baron. You know what? You can't. For the next 5 minutes, it is not available. That is ridiculous.
This is a team that has polished up their skills. 10k in the lead. Illuminar Gaming. They'll take the Rift Herald, they'll take the Dragon, they'll take whatever the hell they want. But they'll take a 5-for-1-3 gameplay any day who's almost at 2 items.
And this is the bottom lane that we were talking about. We get the Warsaw again as they dive down on. And then after that, you know, you don't even need mana as a Cogmore, realistically. Just order it.
Zion mid has never won this hard. Gangplank top has never won this hard. And as soon as things start going well, it's transmitted across the map for Illuminar Gaming. Tabasco, he's had more of an impact this game on Ascana than he did last game.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been having a huge effort. And funny thing is that he didn't actually have an effort before the level 6 mark, but in mid lane, this could be dangerous.
This is one kill going over. Rift Esports getting a response. The passive is doing some damage. I think the camera should be looking at where he's hitting as he's done a lot of damage.
That's a lot.
Tabasco rushes forward. Rift Esports, they do get a response though.
That's all right. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I think so.
He's caught out the shockwave there. This is not good. However, he's taking a lot of damage to shut down. This is a big mistake for Illuminar Gaming. They're capitalizing big. They find 3-man slow, knock up, light. He's doing so much damage. Lysek will find his end, and the Skana, who shouldn't be doing damage, is doing too much of it. Kubu will go down to a triple kill, and this Scorpion stuck his tail in, injected the poison, and waits for the blood.
And it's not even over because right now they are barreling down mid lane. Hysterics, they used the Rift. I was wondering when they were going to use it. Better late than never. It's all formalities now as they just break down every structure they can possibly see.
Really, at this point in the game, you think, oh my god, that's a really good pick, but Illuminar Gaming is so far ahead. It did not matter. Rift Herald will help break the second tier turret, and
They don't even stop.
there's only one left. Lights pushing forward. The confidence in this Cogmore is incredible. Rift Esports, this is going to be a hard damn comeback.
I mean, if there were to be one, it is now 3-17. The gold lead is more than 10k before the 20-minute mark, and this is the pick that we were looking for, right? Because Gangplank just gets completely obliterated by the side of Rift Esports, but then it all works against the Braum ultimate cuts everybody off, everybody is slowed down, and nobody can reach full life. So he's just free hitting as a Cogmore on the back end of this fight, ripping down everybody.
It's something that we were questioning. Why are we looking at Freezy? And not to sort of, I guess, discredit him, but Freezy's just not performing whatsoever. Out of position there, walking too far forward, and the top laner of Rift Esports picking up the Cho'Gath again. I don't feel like this was great for the composition. The Maokai would have been, hell, a Malphite would have been maybe better in this situation.
I would have loved to see it. I mean, he has the ability to slow other people from running away from it, but people don't want to run away. They don't even want to move close to it. They want to methodically walk. This might be...
This is a 2-man shockwave on 2 tanks. That's a left bounce on no one. The Cannon Barrage is doing enough damage. Light is so huge. He will go down, but look at this. The AoE from his passive. It's going to get a triple kill. He got a triple kill with the Icathian surprise. And that was the surprise in itself. A Rift Esports cannot fight ever, never, no. Illuminar Gaming have shut the door.
I can't believe that. Even when Woolite dies, he still comes up massive for his team. And now they finally start breaking down the base. Will they get an inhibitor, or will they respect the death time as a back off?
I honestly think this inhibitor's going down. At least the inhibitor turret, and Illuminar Gaming confident as ever. A Cathian surprise getting a triple kill. It's not something you see every day. Looks like they will not be able to find the inhibitor, but heck, we got low death timers.
Doesn't even matter. 40 seconds remaining until the Baron comes up. You have to imagine that it's this far ahead. That is the next objective.
Lysek really wants this kill, and the Let's Bounce is available. Lysek using the damage from Dope. The flash has been taken out. and nothing comes of it. Rift Esports, they got to deal with the banner minion.
Oh man, that is just so hard. Okay, this is actually a really great pick for Rift initially, but afterwards, you've got to watch what happens. Light actually 1v1s Brenner, and he kills it before anything else happens. Finally, he gets bursted down, but the coordination of this team to just let him get a double afterwards for the triple kill in total. I mean, that's swag if you ever saw it.
That's a great moment, but all of that was used on the tanks breacher, and this is again decision making from Rift Esports has really cost them this game. And Illuminar Gaming, they've taken over the proactive plays. They've really just made moments like this, and Kuba's dead. There's no way. He's used the shockwave, but you cannot escape a Scanner at this stage of the game.
Woolite's just running up. There's no shockwave to stop him. You can't 100.
1, 2, 3, 4. I had a declare a thumb war. Woolite takes him down. At this stage, it's just formality. Well, it's found Frenner in the mid lane, and this is step back. Ice Beast one-shots him. Freezy caught out again, and 2 versus 1. This is going to be enough. Skarner's going to bring him closer to the team. He's going to be the one to charge in first. Rift Esports, I just feel like they've been caught out way too many times here. Woolite happy to be by himself, and
it's sort of this situation where you say that, okay, so we're a little bit behind, so we need to fight them to come back, right? But you're fighting them when they're ahead, so that they get even further ahead. Now watch Weiss. He's in the backside, but Skarner's found him.
Yep, that was a little bit sneaky from Wisek. He slingshots away. Tabasco. Meanwhile, mid lane, there is a gangplank looking down.
All right, 2 priority parts of the map. Can they do it? They've actually stopped damaging the Baron.
They've actually forced a flash out of the gangplank in the mid lane. Ice Beast backs away, but Baron's still going to be taken down all the same. Wisek is jumping in way too early. We've seen this many times tonight. Let's bounce. Brings them out of the pit.
No, Woolite!
He still goes down, and Woolite is sitting in the pit. Coop is too close for comfort. Will go down, but flashes away in time, and Woolite with the help of that and the help of Ice Beast to take down the kill. Baron is secured.
And now it's pretty much dotting the I's across with the T's hysterics. I mean, there's very little that's stopping the side of Illuminar Gaming from just rolling in. It's 4-27. It's more than 15k gold lead in 22 minutes in the game. I don't know what you can say. Take a look at that.
That's a lot of damage. Cooper can't deal with this.
You know what we call that, hysterics?
What?
We call that Vandelf the Wise.
Vandelf the Wise. I know you've been waiting to use that.
I've been waiting for it, man.
You've been waiting to use that all night, and finally in the last game at 22 minutes in, the team that is monstrous amounts ahead. Luminar Gaming, they're going to take the cloud. That's just going to propel them even quicker into base. And these best threes tonight looks like they're going to be 2-0s.
Yep, they're very quick, Derek. It's going to be more or less one-sided. I mean, the very first series was actually really close for both of the 2 games.
Yep.
And especially the first game of this series. It's just this last game in particular, you can't really.
No, you can't. Well, you can say that Illuminar Gaming, they have been so controlled, they've been so concise, and going into the grand finals, going against Esports, this is going to be one heck of a grand final. Look at Illuminar Gaming, unstoppable, protected from all sides, and they go for the engage immediately. Woolite's on the backside, dealing all of the damage. The Lord is so comfortable. Freezy cannot do anything against Ice Beast, and Rift Esports is the last-ditch effort, but it is a controlled double kill going over to Ice Beast, so that'll be game, set, and match. Illuminar Gaming are your semi-final champions, moving into the grand final to take on Esports. They will crush the Nexus, just like the dream of Rift Esports.
And if you ever had any questions from the very first game, refer to this one. This is their call card. This is their signature.
This is an Illuminar Gaming who are charging the Nexus, looking for the last kill. They'll find themselves 2 deaths, but that is game. Illuminar Gaming, 2-0, 20k gold lead to finish us off.
And 32 kills to